I'm just testing going live with a gimbal. Let's see what happens there. Okay. I'm down the pub. I've no idea whether you can hear me very well. So I can't really read anything. There we go. Now, why won't it zoom? Maybe. And I think I'm still live. I don't know whether any of that all worked, but I've got you on portrait, landscape mode, and any comments are all going up the screen, so I can't actually read them. So I'm going to have to go back, I'm afraid. I'm sorry about this, but to read your comments... Oh, there's a lag, is there? Legal activity, what am I testing? I'm testing out just going live and using my DJI gimbal, and I don't know. You see, if I'm just going live via, and I'm looking at it via the YouTube app, all that happens is I can't really use the proper controls on the gimbal. So that's a bit of a pain, because I have to watch it in the YouTube app to read your comments, but I could transfer it over to the DJI Mimo app and then not see your comments, and then I've got access to all of the various little tricks and tactics that are available on it. What trouble can I get into this time, Heretic? That's Brojo. I'm just playing around, doing a test. Project Veritas video. I'm not sure what that means. It's upside down, Legal Activity says. It's upside down. Fucking everything might happen, I'll tell you. Hello, Sandy. Hello, Bond. Ruben McMillan, where am I at? I am, I should be able to see the name of it there. It's called the Winter Gardens. And it's a Weatherspoons in Harrogate. Yes, X2. I'm sure I can just look on YouTube videos, and there'll be lots and lots of videos of how to live stream while using my gimbal. It is quite cozy. It is, Ruben. It's very nice. It's not too busy tonight. With it being Weatherspoons, it's really cheap. £1.29 for a pint of bitter. Pint of bitter. Cheers, everybody. I got two of them. I've got them lined up. Been in here with my brother. I walked in, I looked in the little corner where he usually sits, and of course he was there. Then he got pissed off that I'd arrived and said, right, I'm leaving. You can have that pint of Bud Light shite that I just bought. You can fuck off. So, Bond, I need to hire you as my film guy. Yeah, but you're in America. You're America. Bitter on the pump. It certainly is on the pump. It is. It's not automatic. It's pulled by a human being. So, let's have a look at what's been happening at the moment. What's really interesting is that England has had clear nights for the last 2 nights. And for me, that's the first time in this winter, basically. It's been completely clear, not a cloud in the sky. It was fascinating. So I decided I would go up to some really high spot in the dark and go and do some video and test this out live. Out in the countryside where there's no trees in the way, where there's no light in the way. I could show you some of the stars and how amazing it is, and none of it fucking worked. And aside from none of it working, there was a really weird noise. There was a really weird sound. It sounded like something was hunting me, but not very good at hunting me. So I heard it. I thought, fuck this. I grabbed everything, packed it all up, chucked it in the car and went home. And then decided to come down the pub. And it turns out you couldn't see the stars on the video anyway, because the video's not good enough to show them. So that's all completely done. But the stars are absolutely brilliant. There is something though. There is something. You know, you've got... I only know 2 constellations. And it's the Plough and it's Orion. Now, of course, the Plough in America is known as the Big Dipper. And that's from the 19th century. I've no idea why they called it the Big Dipper. Sounds like something at a fairground. But they were all English blokes there anyway. Why did they have to choose a new name for it? But the original name is Ursa Major. And it's a key winter constellation along with Orion that you can see. They're the only 2 that I know, and I know that if you look from a certain way from the Plough, then you can find the North Star. And apparently if you follow the North Star, you can go north, apparently. Who's saying stuff on the live? Legal activity, nice tables, yes. Yeah, they are. I mean, it's nice. There's some few big groups around. There's a big group in front. Does that go upside down? Or does that work for you? It tells me the orientation is locked. Rotate device back. It does not want me to actually have it in landscape mode. And I've no idea whether it works for you. And it gives me some words across it that says, don't do it, don't do it. Yes, Sandy, you've been here before Mondy even existed. That's right. What other comments have we got?
Are you on FaceTime?
No.
Live video?
Oh, YouTube, yeah.
No way.
YouTube Live. If you sit there, I can talk to you.
How many views have we got?
7.
What are we asking about?
Well, first of all, what's your name?
Harry.
Harry?
Harry.
Yeah? Yeah? And what made you come over and speak to me then?
Because I saw your little tripod set.
Okay.
I thought, let's see what's going on over here.
All right.
Well, I thought you were on FaceTime somewhere.
No.
He's on video, so
I'm
over and asking.
Chatting away, yeah. So who are you with? Are you with the big group that's down here?
I'm not with them, but we just came. So they all work at my work.
Right.
So I'm only 19, but they're all a bit older.
They're all a bit older, and
so
you're a bit bored of the conversation over there, so you thought you'd come over here and see what's going on.
We've been here and we've been to Revs and the new Irish bar, and now we're back to
What's the new Irish bar?
Katie O'Brien's. You're around
Yeah.
Harry. Do you remember where the pit used to be? And Manhattan.
Oh, Manhattan.
Opposite
Yeah.
Monty's.
Yeah.
So it's there.
Ah. When did that open?
A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. New Year's Eve. There was an arrest outside there with a couple of women fighting, and
Probably.
a lady got herself arrested for 2025.
Yeah, probably.
Which was really good to catch on video.
Did you get that on the YouTube?
Yeah, basically. I got the arrest anyway. I did. All right then. Nice to meet you, Perry. All right then.
Goodbye, YouTube.
So Perry's gone. What else have we got? Bond will be back in a few. Sandy's never had any luck filming the night sky. Hasn't tried very hard. Should be nice where you are, Sandy. North Carolina, isn't it? But I think you've got other things on your mind at the moment. What's a bloody dipper, Sandy? What is a bloody dipper? It sounds like something at the fairground. The Big Dipper at the fairground is something that goes up and down. What is a dipper? A big ladle. Yeah. It was already called a plough. Anyway, let's get into a bit of geopolitics. Ukraine is fucked. Russia won at least a couple of years ago. They're just taking it really slow so that Ukraine sends a lot of their people, whoever they can get hold of, and Russia kills them. Which is really shit for Ukraine and Ukrainians, and especially for the people who die. But the thing is, it's not a war between Ukraine and Russia. It's a war between the West and Russia. So the question that I've got is, when they do get to negotiations, and Russia comes to the table and tells them, well, you're surrendering, you have lost this, and they will be saying that to the United States, to the EU, to the UK, to Japan, to Australia, to South Korea, and to Ukraine. I'm wondering what Russia's going to ask for. Because a country that wins a war usually walks away with some spoils. Now, what's fascinating is, back before the start of the Civil War, I think it was either a senator or a president from the United States, Brown, John Brown, I think maybe his name. He went down and started lining up armies across the area that was currently Mexico's. And by lining his army up there, Mexico got all naturally nervous and sent their army up to confront America. And that led to a big war at which America won California and Nevada, Arizona, and the rest of Texas type stuff. So they had a war with Mexico. And that is exactly what NATO has done to Russia. They have, over a much longer period of time, they have pushed NATO closer and closer and closer until Russia basically said, right, we're strong enough, fuck you lot, you're not taking Ukraine. We're fucking fighting. This is the point where we're fighting about it. So, if Russia wins, what does Russia take? I'm really interested in that. I've not heard the Duran talking about this. I've not heard anybody else talking about it. It just sort of struck me, the winner of each war usually takes something. And they will demand it, not just from Ukraine, but they're going to demand it from the US, from the EU, and from the UK. Fascinating. So I'm left, I don't know, because basically it's the West that will be surrendering. So fascinating, all fascinating, and in the meantime, the West still keeps pushing Ukraine to kill its people, which is sick. Absolutely fucking sick. They're nuts. I haven't heard much about Gaza recently, to tell you the truth, and what's going on over there. I've heard more about what's happening with Israel and Syria. So Syria's gone a bit nuts. They've changed their education curriculum already, making it into an Islamic state. The next change to the education curriculum will be to prevent women and girls from getting an education, and they will all have to wear burqas. Yeah, the place is going to a shithole. And if anybody thinks that actually getting rid of Assad was a good idea, well, it's Lebanon 2.0. Lebanon was an absolutely fantastic secular country back in the 1970s. A jewel in the crown of the Middle East. Everyone really enjoyed themselves. And then the West went in and, oh, fucking hell, the place goes to shit. Pretty much like Iraq. Pretty much like Afghanistan. Pretty much like Iran. You know, toppling the Shah wasn't the best of ideas. Everything comes back to America. Everything. But in terms of Syria, there's question marks about whether there's ISIS there, whether there's Al-Qaeda there. But what we've also got is Syria going in there onto Mount Hermon. And they've taken the top of Mount Hermon so that they can see everything. They can see everything that's going on over there. So, the shit is hitting the fan. You've then got Turkey that's causing lots of trouble there. You've got the USA. So this is all close, very close to Europe. All of it. China, Taiwan. As usual, China have just come out with saying that Taiwan and China will become one. Yeah, they've been saying that all the time. I'm sure they just say it to wind up the Americans. I reckon Putin told them to say it. Vladimir told them to say it just to wind up the Americans. Why not? Why not? Shamima Begum. She's another interesting one. Now, of course, our current Prime Minister here, Mr. Keir Starmer, made himself famous as Director of Public Prosecutions, or whatever he was, or some kind of lawyer, when he was fighting the cause for shitloads of terrorists so that they could gain access through asylum into the UK. He was one of the key protagonists of actually getting all these people in. I'm really surprised we haven't had many, many more terrorist attacks. But I've got a feeling he's going to give Shamima Begum the opportunity to have her appeal, which means she will come back to Britain to have her appeal. So the question that I've got, if she loses that appeal, where does she go? Because Bangladesh have always said, nope, not having her. She's nothing to do with us. She was never Bangladeshi. She never lived in Bangladesh. Her parents were merely Bangladeshi, and they got her a passport. But we're not having her in. So, where the hell does she go if she comes back to Britain and has a court case? Oh, that's going to be fantastic. It's going to be fascinating. Everything is going on, basically. Everything is going on. USA, Donald Trump. What is it, 18 days away? 18 days to the big Donald. I don't know where this is going. I mean, the stuff about his tariffs is really, really interesting. All that they're doing is forcing the price of goods from the rest of the world up for their imports, of course, in order that American companies can actually compete. But American companies don't produce anything good quality, and it's really, really expensive, and they've got very expensive people. And that's supposed to be the point about international trade. The place that has the competitive advantage in certain things gets to export their goods into your country. When you get to the level of the United States and the UK, where you no longer produce anything because you're uncompetitive on everything in terms of goods. So we've still got services. We've still got the London Stock Exchange and the City of London. But in terms of goods, nothing that we produce or the United States produces quality in comparison to anywhere else, despite the fact that everywhere else is shit quality as well. So it's an interesting one from Donald Trump. I imagine it's one of these again, where he's just threatening stuff and a lot of people will back down. So he is threatening tariffs on the UK, on the EU, on Canada, on Mexico, on China, on anywhere and everywhere really. He and Elon Musk are also really interested in Bitcoin. Now, I was looking at the 200-week moving average. If you have a look at the 200-week moving average of Bitcoin, that's basically the baseline. That's when you should buy. When Bitcoin's price hits the 200-week moving average, which happens once every 4 years at the bottom of the bear market, that's when you buy. Because right now, not financial advice, but if you follow each of the 4-year cycles, right now the price is starting to pull away from the 200-week moving average and will start going a bit parabolic. And each 4 years so far, it has hit the stock to flow level of money. If it hits the stock to flow level of money, one Bitcoin within the next 12 months will equal 500,000 US dollars. Whether it follows that previous stuff, who knows? Most people think it'll be about 200,000, but if it hits the stock to flow, it will be 500k. And usually it goes above that, so that suggests 650k. We'll see. We will see this year. This next 12 months will be brilliant for Bitcoin. Then we'll have the alt seasons. Anyway, let's have a look at what people are saying here in the chat. Perry's gone. Sandy says, someone distract him. I can't. Hold on. I've been staring up into the wilderness and talking shite on my test. That's because Brojo's not going live, so I've got nobody to go live with. What is he doing out past his bedtime? It's 10 to 12. I'm going to get kicked out of here soon, I think. No, I don't have work tomorrow. What time are we closing? 12. I have 12 minutes. No, I'm wrong. I've got 45 minutes. 45 minutes to get through a pint and 3/4. That's all right. I can make that. Sax2 says they can feck off. I can't remember what it is that you're saying they can feck off, or who. Hush, you old git, says Sandy. Brojo's had an extraordinary day. Brojo, you're going to have to tell us. I need weed, then I'd chill more. Brojo doesn't want to listen to anymore. I'm fucking bleak. I am. Brojo's going to get high and watch something else. Brojo, the Americans are the ones that cause shit everywhere. Just fucking get used to it. Sandy's muting. Dave H says good luck with your channel. That sounds like ominous shit. Yeah, the world is going to shit. I gotta say, it's 2025 is it's going to be a turning point year. I got the feeling, and I don't know which way it's going to turn. For the UK, I would suggest that the UK needs to clamp its borders up, needs to tell the woke tossers in the UK that they need to join the fucking army or the military. If they haven't got a job, if they think they can go on welfare, unlucky, you can come into the military instead. Get some fucking shit done. Build yourself up, because we're going to need a defensive military. But you can't just tell people they're doing that. What you got to do is change the culture, because our culture is very weak. I can do anything that I want and you can't tell me anything, and I don't care about this country, and I want lots of other people from other countries to come and run this country. Yeah, well, I'll be dead by the time that happens, so it'll be down to you to actually sort it out. So you might need to get your kids to join the military. I'm not blasting you, Sandy. I'm not blasting you. I'm just testing out, going live. I'll blast you if you tell me that women are objective, though. Dave H, can you buy me a pint? No, you can't, I'm afraid, mate. I have 1 3/4 already, and I've only got 45 minutes to drink them, and I've already had a couple of pints. So 4 will do me for the evening, and then I'll wander around the city. I say city, it's not a city. I'll wander around the town for a little bit, see if anybody's drunk enough to be fighting somebody else. Sandy says I would never make that claim. Oh, yeah.
We're really intrigued on pics. We just saw your gimbals. We're intrigued to know what you're doing. Is this Instagram live?
It's a YouTube live. I'm just chatting to a bunch of people on here.
Really
That's all. That's all right.
What your YouTube channel is, please? We're intrigued to know what it's about.
It's Mondy Media.
Mondy Media.
Yeah.
How do I spell that?
MONDY Media. No space in it. And I've just been... It's basically a test, because I was testing out my gimbal and testing it with going live. So, yeah. So I was basically talking about geopolitics and the United States and various stuff, and winding my American ex-friends now up.
Sounds educational. Look it up. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks. Everyone's interested in coming over, mainly because my camera is aimed directly at them, but you can't really see them. No, a large brandy, Dave? I'll never get home. I will never get home. So thank you very much, but no. Keep hold of your money. 2025, you're going to need it. Here's a suggestion for you. Instead of buying me a large brandy, buy yourself some Bitcoin or some Litecoin or some Loot Ring. Loot Ring's a good idea. Loot Ring's currently around about 20 cents, which is about 16 pence at the moment. And not financial advice, but my prediction is that Loot Ring will go to at least £1.60. Either by the end of 2025 or by March 2026. At which point, everything after that will start going down and we'll be in the bear market. And then you need to wait until prices are back down to where they're at now for the altcoins and lower. And Bitcoin, my prediction Bitcoin will be heading towards 50,000 great UK British pounds sterling. And that will be the floor around about 50 grand, which is around about 65,000 US dollars. Somewhere around there, start buying around that price. Start buying. But not financial advice, because of course it could all disappear. Not likely. Sandy says, I have no idea how to flirt, no clue how to flirt. You're absolutely right, absolutely right. She's with a boyfriend. So, and you know that I've no idea how to flirt, because I never flirt with you either. Beware, this is not a financial advice channel. Remember, he's a bloviator of the highest order. Thanks, Sandy. Thank you, my dear. Is the sound coming through all right? There's and I've been drinking. There's quite a hubbub in the background, and I did think of bringing. I did try to bring my OTG connector so that I would have a microphone connected to me, but I hadn't got it out for a few months, and it was down to 16% on the battery, so I left it at home to charge up. I'm drowning the hubbub out. All right. So, is Brojo still around? Are you going live, Brojo? Because you haven't done anything for nearly a week. And I'm wondering whether there's anything there. I tell you what, free speech and freedom of expression rights. I've had somebody trying to blast me on one of my previous videos. The one to do with boodles, where the guy came out and got really aggressive. And some guy trying to be a wannabe street video reviewer and not doing very well, I'm afraid. Started telling me you're not allowed to film inside any building, basically, from the public. You're not allowed to do it because it's a private building, because it's owned by somebody or something. It's like, the guy was absolutely, he was really insistent. Really insistent. And I know that doing this right here, right now, Weatherspoons could turn around and go, please stop doing that. And I would have to acquiesce, because I'm inside their building. But this guy, if anybody wants to go and have a look at it, it's on my Boodles stuff. You want to be in my video.
Are you live streaming?
Sit down, ladies.
Are you on live stream?
Yes.
On what, YouTube?
Yes.
How many views do you have?
I've only got 6 at the moment.
Can we turn it around?
No.
We don't turn
Go
it
sit
around.
there. Go sit there.
Okay.
Then you'll be in it.
Yeah, okay, hi guys. Hey guys. We're in Harrogate Spoons right now, and we're just chilling with our friends.
Your name is
Holly.
Holly and Anna.
What's your name?
Hello, Holly and Anna.
Hi.
If you sit there right next to Anna, then you'll both be in.
Oh, that camera, not my favourite.
Pardon?
What should we do in the video?
What's not your favourite?
That camera isn't my favourite.
Isn't it? Is that because you like selfies?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the back camera has much better
Is this
cameras.
on TikTok or YouTube?
The back camera, it's on YouTube. It has much better cameras.
Tomorrow.
It's live right now.
Oh my goodness.
So you came up To say what?
To dab.
To dab.
with
That was it. That was it. You came up to dab.
Yeah, do a dab, do a dab. Are you getting more views now?
No, I've lost a couple of people.
Oh shit, really? Oh my god. Bye guys, we'll have to go then, sorry.
All right then.
Okay, enjoy your live stream. Bye guys.
Bye. Well, I don't really know what to say about that, but hey. Sandy, not the headbutt guy. No, the one previous from the security guard guy that came running out of the jewellery shop, Poodles, and started making a bit of a tit of himself. And demanding that we weren't allowed to video at all. But I agree, Sandy, that was weird. Are they legal? I don't know. I didn't ask. But I think I'm done. I've tested it. What I can't do is connect through to using some of the things on the gimbal. I'm going to have to talk to Street Hawk about how he does it, how he connects, and I'm going to have to watch some YouTube videos and see how to get this working so that I can actually go landscape rather than portrait and be able to use the zoom function, because it ain't working. Are you dabbing for me, Sandy? Thank you very much. So anyway, that'll do for me. I'm going to spend some time drinking my beer, and hopefully people will stop approaching me and just leave me alone. And this will be going private immediately as soon as I stop it, because it's only a test. And then I'll be able to watch it and try to figure out some shit. Cheers, everybody.